Bonjour and welcome to a new unboxing video, and today I've got something which is not retro. I mean, we've had a lot of retro lately, and spoiler alert, we're going to have more retro coming up, but today's it's new toys. Yes, new toys for in a new way. It's not retro at all, and it's actually from a new Star Trek series. Yeah, I mean, one of those new series they've been doing over the past few years. And before we do the actual unboxing of the line, this is literally the little thing that I received today, which is nice, and it's linked, and it's Murph. It's a Murph soft toy that was actually done for the release of the TV series in the US. So I think it was available only in a convention in the US, and he's very, very cute and he's great, but that's not what we are opening today. However, what we are opening today is Star Trek Prodigy action figures by Playmates. So we do have a new wave of figures, and I mean they were announced about a year ago, I think, and at long last some of them are out. There's 4 figures so far, with at least 2 more coming. But without any further ado, this is the Star Trek Prodigy action figures. So we do have 4 of them. We've got Guindala, we do have Jumpog, Jamcompog. It's always a difficult name to pronounce. The Tellarite. Then we do have Dalrail and Murph, who is in a twin pack. And then we do have Zero, the Medusian from the crew. So as you can see, we don't have Janeway, and we don't have Rock, the big Brickar character. The Brickar character and Janeway are going to be released later. So, but in the meantime, let's open those. We're going to start with Giacomo Pog, which I'm pronouncing because for some reason is already slightly open. I think that because the figure is actually quite heavy, because he's, as you can see, it's the biggest one of them, and I suppose that's the reason why in shipping the packaging split and open. So we're going to open this one first, this way it will be out of the way. So anyway, so that's the packaging. So you do have, of course, the Star Trek Prodigy logo with the ship here. You do have, of course, the characters. Interestingly enough, you do have an unlock for the video game, because there is a Star Trek Prodigy video game. And then on the back you do have of course the biography of the character and a little image showing all the characters. So so yeah, so we do have most of the crew of the Protostar in there. So let's open it. We're going to finish opening that one. This one should be fairly easy. So here we go. We do have Giacomo Pog here. That's the character. So he does have the head is articulated. We do have the shoulder is, of course, it does have the rotator. It does have swivel articulation on the elbow, and he does have, of course, the wrist. Same thing on the other side. And then he does have the does he have the waist or not? No waist, but he does have the feet. His feet are not articulated any further though, but it may be just because of the it's same thing, it's rotating as well. So and we're going to say, so here you go, this is Giacomo Pog. It looks really, really good. It does come with lots of accessories, including a display stand, which is this bit, but the display stand is tiny, so I'm not quite sure actually if he can even fit on it. As you can see, it's a bit tiny for him, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure it's stable. And we do have all kind of accessories here. We do have like I suppose it's a scanner or something. I don't don't remember. Well, with the black you won't see a lot of things. We do have this, which has actually plugs, so I suppose that you can actually put it on his waist. We do have a kind of screwdriver, and we do have a hammer. So let's see if there's anything that we can do. Yes, so we can attach this to his belt, which is really cool. And then is there anything else that we can attach to the belt? No, I don't think so. Everything else will go in his hand. Of course, he's got so many accessories that you won't be able to put them all in his hand. So here you go, that's Jack and Pog. I think it's really a great figure. Let's put something in his hand, maybe the hammer. I always like to test the hand articulation, because from time to time the hands are so rigid that you can't put anything. But here you go, you can actually put something in his hand. So that Jack and Pog we have done with the first figure. I'm just testing if he can stand. Yes, he can stand without problem. We do have one last thing to check, and it is the content of this little envelope. There you go. So that's the instruction. Actually, Jack and Pog, you do. I needed the instruction because you can actually put the you can remove his hand and actually replace his hand with any of the tools, which I think is actually a very cool idea. So let's see if we can put another one. No, this one doesn't go, but this one does, as it's kind of blaster. So here you go, that's actually very more, and I wish I had seen that earlier, but you know, that's why they put instructions. More often than not, the instructions are not very practical or very useful, but in this case now we know that our friend Jack and Pog can actually have multiple arm like he does in the TV series, because he can change his arm attachment. And the other thing, as I suspected, is actually the code for the game. So we should have 4 codes. So anyway, that was the first one. We're going to probably go a bit faster with the other ones. So this is Guindala, and she does come same thing. I mean, you do have the back of the blister that's literally the same. So here we go, we do have Guindala. So Guindala, she looks really great. Very good sculpt. She's a bit very thin as the character. I mean, compared to Jack and Pog, she's really tiny. So she does have articulation in the head. She's got, of course, the arm, she's got the elbow, and she's got the wrist. And does she have, no, she doesn't have waist articulation. She does have the hip, and she does have the knees. Knee is a regular articulation, and the hip is actually a ball articulation. So here you go, this is Guindala, and Guindala is coming with lots of accessories. She's coming literally with her weapon, so the weapon allows her to do a shield or a bat'leth or the sword that she uses quite often. So we're going to see if all of that fits in her hand, because we should be able to fit at least. Yes, so here you go, she's with 2 of her weapons. She's really great. I'm really very happy with that character. And of course she does come with a stand. I do find odd that the stand, literally the plug for the stand, is in the little depth in the middle, so that I'm not sure that's really the best thing, but what can you do? And then we're going to get to Dalrail and Murph. I mean, it's actually quite interesting that they put them in a twin pack, even though, I mean, it makes sense to have Murph in a twin pack. So here you go, we do have Dalray. Here he looks really cool. The belt is actually not molded, it moves a bit, and it does have same kind of articulation, even though you can actually rotate his knee, unlike our friend. Are we able to rotate the feet or not? I'm not quite sure. I would risk it. And we do have same articulation otherwise. Here you go, and let's look at him once again. Really very good sculpt. He looks absolutely fantastic, and he does come with, when I was saying about tiny accessories, that's the tiny accessories, which are actually 2 phasers. So I just hope that the phaser holds in his hand, because otherwise they're going to be lost within minutes, which would really be a shame. So here you go, he comes with his 2 phasers. He does have a stand once again, and once again I'm not entirely convinced by the stand. Well, this one seems to be doing fine, and he does come with Murph. So this is Murph. So Murph is of course a block of plastic. It's a bit soft plastic, seems to be it's not a full bit of block of plastic. It's actually it's actually there is a void in it. So here you go, this is Murph. Is of course transparent, as you can see with my hand, and it's actually very cool. I mean, it's like fun. It's going to go with his big brother, big Murph, small Murph. So that's really rather cool. As I said, a shame he's changed already and he's evolved into something else. I'm sure we'll get another figure though. And then we do have the last figure for the moment, and it is Zero. Here is Zero. She looks fantastic. I'm not quite sure. So she's articulated at the elbow and the wrist. So same thing here, articulation at the elbow. It's not very much articulated, but it does. And does she have? Yes, she's got actually the elbow articulation, and she's got actually a wrist articulation. So she's actually getting more articulation in one arm than the other. And we do have the leg. Leg is of course articulated like that. It's on a bone. Can we? Yes, we can actually do the knee as well, and I suppose it's going to be the same. She's got the foot here, and she's got the foot here, so the foot is articulated. And well, anyway, I will let you have a look at her first. She looks really good. There's a sticker to simulate the energy in her. Is the antenna moving? No, the antenna isn't moving. So here you go. So we're going to see now, I'm just showing you the back as well. We're going to see if we can actually unplug the feet. I'm always a bit careful with those things, because sometimes those things are not the most. And actually, yeah, this one seems to be a bit stuck. So let's try and unstick it. There you go. That also was a bit harder. And indeed, what you can do is just finding the right hole. Here we go. That's the hole. You can actually just have her as a bone like that, or you can on that little stand, or if you want to just have the arms. I'm just showing you that checking that it's all working. One of the arms is actually quite difficult, so you can actually have her with just the arm, or you can put back the legs if you want. I hope I haven't put it the wrong way. No, that's fine. It would be funny if I had put her right arm in the left hole and vice versa. So it's always a bit fiddly with those, because as this is a bone articulation, it had a tendency to buckle when you are trying to put things in. So here you go, this is Zero, and Zero comes also with extra accessories. She does have a second stand, so you can actually use 2 stands for her, and she does come with a mini computer, and the mini computer actually closes and reopens. If I'm not being stupid, here you go. And she also comes with a tricorder here, which interestingly enough, I'm not sure that she can actually carry anything. Or maybe we can actually put it in this, because yeah, basically the only way to have her with the tricorder is to have the tricorder in the claw and not in the hand. That's a bit odd, but why not? So here you go, that's and she stands without any problem. So that's the first wave of Star Trek Prodigy action figures from Playmates, distributed normally in Europe by Bandai. They are not out in the UK or in Europe yet, but they should be arriving soon as far as I know. And Janeway, holographic Janeway, is supposed to come next month, and I think that Rock is supposed to be a little later. There are also rumors, it hasn't been officially announced, but they've shown some product shots of a Protostar playset and a Star Trek Prodigy phaser, so that should be also fun. In the meantime, we do have Zero, we do have Jacob Bog, I managed to say it, we do have Dal Rail, and we do have Guindala, not to forget the wonderful Murph. And they're all available and they're all out, and I'm going to have a play. Bye.